All right, y'all, welcome back. We are back working on the bike and got all the parts covered or painted, I do believe. So we're going to start assembling it. So, excuse me, we're going to walk through everything first, take a look at it before we start putting it back together. All right, I think I got pretty much everything painted. I did jump ahead the other night. It was really late, and I got some pieces that were already dry, so I started putting the motor back together. I want this thing bone stock, so luckily the governor was still intact, the governor springs and all the linkage and up here stuff, all this top plate was gone. Found a brand new takeoff. That's why I keep everything. So got a brand new takeoff, got a brand new air cleaner, choke lever, all that good stuff. The muffler, it had this goofy thing right underneath here. You know, something to do with them California exhaust emission crap or whatever, I think. I didn't like the way it looked. I cut it off and welded the hole up. But it got the engine all cleaned up. I did go ahead and leave this muffler on here because it had a deflector, which would deflect the exhaust outward instead of straight back. I was going to put a Predator one on it or a Tilson exhaust, but it didn't have this deflector and it would blow straight out the back, and I don't want them messing up the paint and all that good stuff. But we did get a nice new tank because that other one, if you remember in the first video, was completely roached. I did clean the carb, soaked it. I got a Berryman vat that I soaked it in, cleaned it. New seals and on and off gasket, valve, thingy, good stuff. So that's good to go. But I did throw some tins on it, trying to get that, speed up the head, get ahead of the program is what I'm trying to say. But did go through my stuff. I found a bracket I think we can make work for a headlight. Found this headlight. I think this was in the bargain bin up there at Go Power Sports, which I'm pretty sure it was, because I dig through it. Actually, I have to beat the wife to dig through it. She jumps in that thing like crazy. Gets all the good stuff. But it's got a pigtail on it. This, whoa, don't roll nowhere. We just lay it back down before it falls. Then we got another older style. This is almost kind of like a Baja Warrior style light, kind of, but usually a Baja Warrior mounts at the bottom. This one mounts at the side. So it's, I guess it's a little bit newer style. Got some wires with it, so we'll figure that out. Got a bracket. In case y'all want to know, the bike that we're working on, see if this thing will zoom. What is it? It is a model RB200. And it's the date is what is that? RB200, and it's a 2020. Anyway, so, excuse me. Got the frame down here. I think we're going to build this thing on the floor. This thing is, it's a tank. It's, what did I say it was? RB200, whatever. So it's a Coleman, which the seat is right yonder, says Coleman on the side. But this thing looks almost identical to the MB200. Or, I'm sorry, the Megamoto 212. God, I can't talk today. But anyway, we got it all stripped down. I didn't totally strip it. I just sanded it really, really good in all the areas and blah, blah, blah. And it's a royal blue. Anyway, I think it's what we went with. So I got to try to paint all this plastic stuff. I did clean it extremely good, get all the stickers off of it, wiped it with acetone and all that good stuff. And it's been cooking in the hot Texas paint booth out there for a couple days. Got the bars, got them stripped down, stripped the lowers, and plate, and these were black. So we got them painted. We're gonna see how how this paint sticks to all this plastic stuff. Got the chain guard, foot pegs, kickstand, risers, top tree. Got the engine. Yeah, so we're about ready to start putting this thing together. Yeah, got tires and wheels over here. So we're gonna start putting this thing back together and see how far I can get tonight. This thing's gonna have a really cool ending, so don't fast forward, you gotta watch the whole video. But anyhow, oh, another cool thing, not mini bike related. I'm on Facebook sometimes when I have a chance, but got this in the mail today. No note, no name, nothing on the box, which I know who these came from, but I wanted to stop and say, man, it is really cool when you have a friend or brother, both, that sends you something. I got this in the mail and I thought it was a gasket set I've been waiting on, and I opened it up and I'm like, pulled it out of the wrap, and I'm like, look at that. And I immediately, you know, thought, yeah, what a true friend and brother just to send me something. And I'm like, wow. So now it's like, man, which one am I going to start carrying? I don't like having a bunch of stuff in my pockets. I don't like carrying a real big, bulky knife. These are just perfect. So maybe this is a, you know, weekend knife. This would be my normal everyday. It's black. Old timer. Always liked the old timers. My dad collected knives, and he really liked the old timers and always liked the way the handles look. But anyway, I'm not going to say the gentleman's name, but brother, I know you watch the videos, and man, I love the handle on this thing. Wow, it's cool. Anyway, brother, I greatly appreciate it. I love them to death. So thanks, brother. Okay, enough of that stuff. Let's get to the point. Get it? So let's get on this thing. See if we at least can't get a roller tonight, and see if we can't get this thing wrapped up. All right, we got the front forks on, the trees. I don't know if you remember when I took this thing apart, the top and bottom bearing and the neck had like no grease at all in them. So I did clean the paint out of the races, yes, and packed the bearings, put a bunch down inside the race, got all that done. So what I did is I got all this, the top and bottom. You got the nut, your preload nut for your bearings. Had the little plastic. This is like a little plastic. I think it's plastic. Feels plastic. Cover that goes over your top bearing. Then you got the gold looking piece of your jam nut. Got all that tight first. And we put the top tree on. Slid the forks up. Got these all snugged up. Center bolt tight. That way you make sure you get all your preload up here. Then get your tubes good and tight. Then you come down here and clamp them. So you kind of like start from the top and work your way down. That way everything is tight and you don't have a bunch of slack in your tubes right here on both sides. So everything is snugged up. Axle bolts in. Went ahead and threw the foot pegs on, kickstand, little small things. So now we're going to jump back here on the back. I got to get the wheel cleaned up. Put the brake disc on it, sprocket, which let's see, you got a sprocket right here. So let's put this over here where we're going to be working. Let's get that on. Brake disc, get the rear wheel on, take a look at it. All right, now we're going to jump over here on the throttle. I took the old grips off. Already got the brake side on. We got a new grip here. These weren't too bad, but a little dirty. We're going to put some nice clean ones on it. But before we do that, we're going to take this throttle assembly apart and get it all lubed up. Make sure it's clean. I think this bike had a whole lot of ride time on it. So we'll just pull this top plate off. Look at it. Yeah, see, it's all nice and clean in there. We'll set that to the side. You'll pull this little piece out. You can roll this back out of the way, or your throttle out of the way. The little slide piece comes out. There's a little bit of grease on there from the factory, but not to my liking. So what I do is I'm going to take, normally I have, just throw it right here in the way. Normally I have cable lube, but we're using Mr. Mechanic penetrating lubricant. Can't, never could do nothing. Yeah, so we shake that up. But what I want to do is I want to get it down into this cable. Normally I spray it in here till it's running out the other end. That way you know the inside of your cable is nice and lubricated. We're not going to get too crazy with it. It worked fine, but since we're here, we're going to make sure that it's good and no drag to it. So I just kind of work that lubricant down inside there. Like I said, normally I let it run out, but we're just going to fill it good and full. It'll work its way out because we're going to put this on in a little bit. But now what I do is I take, let's see, what is this? Red spray lube. It's CRC. It's what I use. White lithium grease. This is red. But what I do is I roll this out of the way because this is going to slide inside of here. So you want this you don't want any drag on this. So what I do is I just coat the inside of this. Let it puddle in there. Then I'm going to take this piece that we pulled out. It's got a little bit on it. So I'm going to spray some right inside of this because this is a guide for your cable. Your cable comes right through this little guide part. So we're going to spray that. Try not to get it all over the place. Just like so. So it's all covered in grease. We'll make sure that the cable rides right inside there. Hopefully y'all can see that, but that little guide piece, we'll pull it back out. That little guide piece has got a little groove in it. You want to make sure that your cable is in that groove. Don't just throw it back in there and it'd be in there cattywampus like so. Then it ain't going to work. So just make sure your cable is in the groove, which it is. We're going to spray some more right there on top. And your little notch right here will bottom out on that guide, just like so. Then I'm going to spray some more on top of here. I'm just going to put it everywhere, just like so. Then we're going to take the top piece we took off, not lose the screws. I'm going to coat the inside of this with grease. And it'll work its way wherever it wants, because basically your throttle piece here has to rotate inside here. So we'll put this back on, just like so. And then we're just going to barely start these screws because we got to clamp it on the bar. But this way we won't lose the screws. All right. That ought to be good to go. All right. I'm going to get this part on. Then we'll put the grip on last so I don't get grease all over that. So that's how I like to lube up the throttles. Keep your throttle assembly good. Make sure that stays clean. If you're out in the mud a lot and dirt and stuff like that, easy. You can just leave this on the bike, pull your top plate off. If you got compressed air, you can blow it all out. You know, maybe brake clean it. You can also lube your cable that way, let it run down, grease everything, put your top cap back on, and you're back into good to go business. So let me get this cleaned up. We'll get this back on the bike. All right, moving right along. We went ahead and got the engine dropped in it. I got all the torque converter or drive on it. Got the clutch on. I made sure to oil the clutch. Got some lube. Make sure I got that lubed up. I'll put a little NICs on the shaft. That way, if we got to take the clutch on and off, it's easy access. And I seen somewhere on Facebook the other day, one of the pages, mini bike pages, guys ask about this chain. Now, it's 420 chain. But if you don't want to buy a whole deal and have to cut it and you don't have a breaker and all that, you know you can order that whole chain right there pre-made with your link and everything from Go Power Sports. Just in case you're watching and didn't know, some of you probably already do, but they already have that chain pre-made. But if not, you can always get the DID 420 from Go Power Sports. Very good chain. I run that on the Texas bike and the wife's bike. All that good stuff. Good chain, so you could get that, get you a breaker, and make you one. But they do have it already pre-made. Let's see, got the grip on here. We still got to get the other grip on this one. I got to get the throttle cable hooked up. Got the air cleaner cover over there. We did get the rear assembly on, brakes and all that good stuff. We haven't got anything tightened yet because we still got to put the chain on it. Got the master cylinder down here, which I need to run that through these little tabs that hold the cables and all that. Get the little rubber deals back in place, all that good stuff. So let's see what we can get done. Need to throw that grip on there before I forget about it. So I guess where we need to come back here now is we have a chain guard. This thing has a little chain guard that runs right through a bracket back there, which we have right there. I think we'll go ahead and get that, get the chain on it, put that chain guard on last. That way I have room for that. And then we'll see what else we can't jump on and get buttoned up. I did find a bracket, which it's getting painted right now. So we're going to use this bucket. I didn't really much care for this was a great thing that was over the headlight. I guess it's cool if you're out tree branches, you don't want to branch or something, whacking your headlight, busting the lens. I really didn't like the way it looked on the light, so we're going to obviously keep that, repurpose it. But I had the bracket that fit on here, and you can just kind of sandwich with some bolts and along this bracket also. So I think what I'm going to have to do is make a few spacers to make this fit. And then I don't know what we're going to color. We're going to paint this light because I don't really much care for the black being on there. I don't think. The bracket already got holes punched in it. We're going to make it work on the front end. It really doesn't fit this bike, but we have some fender braces that go underneath here for the front fender. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the front hole across here, and I had to make some holes in the bracket, which, like I said, I got it drying right now. So when we get back to it, we'll get that mounted and get the fender brackets mounted. I'm just going to use some of the existing holes, so I don't have to make new holes. So I think that will jive when you come over here and figure out what color we're going to paint that thing. Paint the bracket orange. I don't know. We got to figure something out. I got to think on that for a minute. So I think we're going to move along, get the chain out of the bag, get the chain on it, and the chain guard. All right. So we got this headlight bracket that I found. What I did was I just took, these are the factory riser bolts that hold the fender brakes on, that white part. So I just took them, added some extra holes, put some longer bolts in it that matched. So I think that'll be good. And I got the headlight painted, trying to figure out what color I wanted to paint. I didn't like the black. I really didn't want to paint the gas tank, but you know, you get gas on it, you might mess the paint up. Plus it's brand new and shiny, so I think it'll be okay. Let's see what else we got going on. Got that chain guard on the back, rear fender's on. We did get the throttle hooked up, already cranked it, ran it, and get that old smell, because that, if you remember in the first part of the video, that gas tank was all varnished up. It was nasty. Daughter's texting me. Anyway, so throttle's all hooked up, let it run a couple times, get that funky smell out of it. Now we're down here playing with the wiring, but I need to wait and get the light bucket all painted and put back in, figure up the wiring. I got the little voltage regulator thing that goes right up in here when you get that mounted, but I want to figure out the rest of the wiring first, because some of this has the factory plugs on it, and the ones that go to the wire, or these wires here, that actually go to the headlight, they've been cut, so we'll solder and heat shrink, make that all nice and pretty. And when this one actually has a light switch, so I kind of just stuck the wires in the pigtail with it running the other night to see if we're going to make charge coil was going to produce power, which it did. So I just stuck these in there and the light came on and the actual switch works. So you can run it with the light off, or you can turn it on. Kind of snazzy. We've got to get that mounted up somewhere on the bars. So I think what we're going to do is got a few more pieces over here on the table. We'll go ahead and get this fender mounted up. We still got to get the plates on the side. Got the little rubber grommets here that go on the back side to hold the plates in. We got to get them in, but I think that's where we're at now. We'll wait for that headlight bucket to dry. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and get the fender mounted, and maybe we can finish up the wiring. All right, we about got her wrapped up. Got a little wiring left to do. Before we can do that, we need to get this headlight put on the bike. I think it's looking pretty good for what we're doing. Yep. All right, so what we got over here is we got a headlight bucket. I took it all apart, painted this white, obviously. Painted the bezel there orange. So we got to put the little plastic lens back in it. Get all that done. We let the cage off. This thing went, you know, over the very front, like over the bezel, that thing, whatever. That really didn't go. We'll repurpose that for sure. If not, we can make us a potato masher or something out of it. I don't know. We can string pasta with it. Yeah, I can weld a little handle on this thing, flatten this thing out right here, add a handle to it, have little walkie things. Anyway, stay focused. All right, so we got to get the headlight built, and I know we're going to need some spacers, so I kind of went through my spacer box, found a few here. Hopefully that might work. If not, we'll just get on the old lathe and make some. Then we got the little side plate things that go right in yonder. There's some rubber grommets that go in these holes, the 3 holes right there. So I was smart enough to put them in a bag. Let's see. You got those, so we need to get these installed. And we got the last detail pieces. We'll get to that last, right? But yeah, I think we pretty much got all the bases covered here. I think so. Oh, seat. Got the seat right here, which it's filthy. We need to get that thing wiped down. I already put the bolts in the back. Yeah, got the bolts in the back so I wouldn't lose them. But yep. We'll get that headlight mounted up. Then we're gonna go along and zip tie everything. Got the brake cable run, throttle cable. We need to get a few zip ties on that and get that where it's not rubbing down there on the fender. Yep. So I'm going to get that tightened up. But once we get the headlight in, we can button all that wiring up. So let's get to building that headlight and get it mounted on the bike. Alright, so we got the headlight all put together, got it mounted, and actually for spacers I put some rubber, little rubber inserts I had in there. So those fit really good. It's nice and tight, won't vibrate and squeak. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to jump down here and get to this wiring situation. The pigtail for the light was right here, and then down here on the other end it was cut off, but I went through the other headlight I had and cut the pigtail off it, soldered it in here, heat shrinked it all up all nice, and then I put the factory plastic loom stuff back on it the rest of the way up, so it kind of keeps the whole wire covered and protected. So we're going to get this plugged into that plug up yonder, and then we're going to tidy up all these wires and try and hide it without using a million zip ties. Then we can get these number plates on, seat. We need to get this cable back here zip tied up. And I think that's about it. I done double checked everything, nuts and bolts. So I think all my bases are covered. Bases are covered. You get it? Yeah. I don't like how that comes off. I might put something on that. Yeah, I don't like that. Anyway, so we're going to get that all zip tied up, get the plates on, get the seat cleaned up, get her mounted, and we ought to be, yeah, I think we got all the bases covered. All right, let's get them last few parts on there. All right, we're about done. Look at that. We got the plates on the side, got the seat cleaned up, except for that one little spot. Yeah, that'll buff out. All right, so we're looking good. Looking real good. So we got one more last little detail, or a few last little detail things that are over here. And this might want to know why, you know, what we got in the envelope, why we painted this thing this color. I don't know. It's probably a dead giveaway just by looking at the envelope. But here, I'll help y'all guys out. Looky here. You're probably wanting to know, well, what in the world? Let's see, did I get everything out of there? Yeah, we'll get that out of there. Alrighty, y'all ready for this? The final details we got to put on. Yeah. Oh. Oh boy. Looky there. Now is it all coming into place? I think so. Yep. So this is our last little detailed things. Y'all notice there was a bat right there. That gave it away. Alright, so if I measure everything right, these right here are like a die cut, I guess is what you'd call it. So I got to pull, you know, the back off. Then the letters are going to stay stuck to this white piece. I stick it on there, rub it down, then I pull this contact paper off the front, which will leave just the letters and the numbers. And hopefully I measured everything right. And those are going to jam up jelly tight right there. And I think the orange and the blue will make that baby pop. Yeah. Alright, so we got those to put on. When I ordered from this gentleman, he gave me, this was a little bonus. So go Astros. So we're going to have to find us a place to put this. It's got orange around blue letters, so that ain't going to jive. I don't know about the, I don't know about that. Because you got the blue letters, orange. I don't know about that. I don't know if it fit right there. I really don't want to stick it on the fender. I don't know where we're going to put this. I might cut off the go and just put the Astros. I don't know. Would that fit? That's my same situation. You got orange on orange. I ain't going to look. All right. Well, I'll have to get Miss Knuckles out here for that. That's going to be her job. But I ordered like 4 of these things. If I measured correctly, when I looked at the description, these ought to fit perfectly. Booyah! Yeah, look at that. That dog's gonna hunt. And so we're gonna put one there. I don't know, I was thinking about putting the other ones down here on the lowers, you know, maybe kind of wrap that around. Let's see, how would that look? I don't know. That's iffy. All right, well, let me get on here what I know is gonna go. We're gonna put the numbers up there. We're gonna get the pull start done with one of these here 2.5-inch rounders. And we'll take a look at it, and I don't know about where we're going to put the rest of them, and where we're going to put that, and that sticker just blew on the floor. All right, let's retrieve the sticker. Oh, boy. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the numbers on it, get that put on the old pull starty, and then we'll think about, golly, stickers blowing everywhere. I'll be right back after a brief message.
What's this?
I haven't taken you to an Astros game in 2 years.
Oh gosh.
So here's the next best thing.
That's pretty good, I will say.
It's for you.
It's for me.
It's yours.
Wow.
Go sit on it.
Right now?
It's all
Are you,
yours.
oh God, he's filming me. Okay. Wow.
Do you notice anything?
Well, I'm looking. Give me a second. Well, I noticed this. Wait, what does it say? Am I missing something?
It's got your favorite number on it.
Well, I saw that right away. That was the first thing I noticed.
He's not coming through here, just letting you know.
Oh, damn it. You couldn't arrange that? Come on now.
Oh, so
Oh,
this is just because.
just because?
Just because.
Wow. When did you come up with this?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Wow.
Yeah, but it didn't come into play until like 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah.
Remember that night whenever we all went out to Mas Fajitas?
Yeah.
Well, it started between me and your brother there.
Really?
It started
Sneaky
to talk about
bastards.
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah.
You hit that really well.
it. It's,
Really well.
so,
Yeah, good job, Mark. Good job.
Well, you too.
So-
I mean, you too.
Yeah, but we're good at that.
so a few months ago, whenever I came out here to
Yeah.
look at his oven that he wanted out here,
Yeah.
and the other day when I told you that, hey, it's 5:30, I'm going to get something to drink, this is where I was.
You liar.
Oh, well,
No, not
You liar, Mark!
He did get something to drink, but it was just he didn't tell you where
I
he
didn't
got
tell you
something to
where.
drink.
Oh, that is, well, I mean, I guess that is technically true.
so
It's all about the details with the
Really?
Watsons. You should know this.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be specific.
Yeah, you have to be very specific.
Look how pretty she is.
All right, you got to get off the bike because I got to do a walk around. Because I haven't did a ride along since brother-in-law Mark rode the bike. We know it's a running, riding bike, but I didn't film any part of actually getting everything done with all the stickers on it after we got finished with that. We left that part out because it was supposed to be a surprise. So,
Well-
was it a surprise?
It was a great surprise.
Do you like the bike?
I love the bike.
Loves the bike. Sweet.
Especially this right here. It's cool.
Ain't that snazzy?
That is cool.
First time I painted plastic fenders, so I prepped them, cleaned them, all that good stuff. So ought to be good.
That's awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Told y'all I was gonna have a very cool ending. I think she's happy with the bike. I'm not really happy because it's another bike I built that leaves. That's the sucky part. But anyway, brother-in-law wanted an Astros theme bike for the wife, my sister. Say hi, Kim.
Hey.
She don't listen. I said hi, Kim. Anyway, but that's what he wanted. So we found a good deal from our brother Dave. Hooked us up with the bike, tore it all apart. So anyway, there you go. There's your finished product. I think it turned out pretty snazzy. Probably need to pull that sticker off and put my sticker on them, but we couldn't do that. There's actually no busted knuckle stickers on this bike. But anyway, all right. So did you like the bike? This is my sister Kim,
Hey.
brother-in-law Mark. So what do you think? You like the bike?
I love the bike. That's the best bike ever.
Love the bike.
Doesn't get any better than that.
All right. Well, this is going to be on YouTube. So what do you normally tell people at the end of a video? You want to tell them make sure and like, subscribe,
Two
and share it.
busted knuckle bills.
There you go. All right. That's it. She's new, y'all. First time on camera.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, make sure y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with fellow co-workers, family members, even your pastor at church. Thank y'all for watching. We're back to the old school stuff. There's one up there. Anyway, y'all take care.